Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of our Seed Showcase series. Today we're continuing on with our Survival Island seeds, and today is another cracker if I say so myself. This seed will work in Title Update 61 and onwards for the console versions of the game, so let's take a look at the map then, shall we? And we will see why this world is so special. Now, in the top part of the world, we have a fairly decently sized section of an extreme hills biome. We also have lots and lots of little islands spread around this classic world, and we have this fairly decent section of forest biome off on the right hand side over there in the far side of my render. Now, you may notice, first of all, the island that you spawn on is pretty small, but it does have two types of trees and a type of flowers. It looks like it also spawns wolves, because I think it's a forest biome that it's being recognised as. And this glowstone pillar right here was the exact spawning location with which I spawned on. I spawned down here in the water when I initially loaded the world. So I'm presuming that that will happen for you as well. You'll notice two beacons are glowing from above the surface. One of them is a zombie spawner and one of them is the library to the stronghold. Now, you may notice this glowing light underneath us right here. So if I grab these two potions and we drink up, you will notice that at the spawn island itself, you have the end portal just under the ocean right here, floating above the water. It's a nice easy access area, and it's a good place I think people should always base, especially if you want to do underwater stuff. Over there, obviously you can see, is the island. It's ridiculously close. It's just one of those things that you should definitely use when you're looking for survival islands. Look for somewhere that has the stronghold right next to the spawn island. Now, as you can see over there, we clearly have not one, but two ocean monuments right by the island as well, which is always good to see. So let's quickly check out these two things right here. Down here, in this tiny bit of the wall, we have a very cut off stronghold library. Now obviously the key things with the library are the string, so for fishing, so you could fish on the first night. There's a couple bits of iron in there as well, and we also have obviously the books. Sadly we don't have any enchanted books, which does keep up the theme of it being a challenge, which is nice. And if we fly over to the other one past our stronghold portal, you can see we have this nice little drop straight down, not too far down underneath, onto a zombie spawner, which is actually in the middle of the stronghold itself as well. So now that's pretty much everything that covers this island here in the middle. I'm just going to take a quick glance and show you some of the islands around the outside. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed. And as usual, how to generate this seed will be in the description below. Please note that you do have to change stuff other than the seed. You have to change the world size to classic, and you have to change the biome size to large. Otherwise, it just will not work. As you can see from this area in the bottom right of the world, here is your decently sized forest islands. It's probably the best opportunity you're going to get to make sort of like cities or things like that if you ever want to do that. Plus, you have a lava lake there as well, so it'd be a really useful place to build nether portals from. Off in the middle of the world, as you can see, you have this sort of set of very small islands with very little on them. But then again, this would be very good for generating passive mobs, as you can see from the spawn mechanics which just spawned in that set of cows. Now, if we turn around behind me, like I mentioned earlier, we have a ridiculous set of extreme hills over here, which isn't really just kind of creating an island, it's also giving you access to spruce wood, which is really nice for building with, but it gives you that different alternative to the standard survival islands that people are used to seeing. Now, everybody kind of just gets away with just looking at, kind of just standard ones, really. You end up with, like, the flat islands, but then again, are you really going to get the chance to have llamas in a survival island without a set of extreme hills? Probably not. Last but not least, on the outside, you have a couple more islands down this left-hand side, and over here, as you can see, there is the location of some sugarcane, which makes this world work just perfectly for the way people want to have their survival islands. Same with this one in the bottom corner down here, very little, nice little access to some flowers, and it looks like there is actually a flower forest on this island right here, which is pretty cool, which means if you bone meal that, you will generate plenty more than you're asking for. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you've all enjoyed, and I guess I will see you all again in the next one. Bye-bye.